Hey everybody, PattyAnne here. Today I'm going to show you how to do this very quickly in Silhouette Studio for your Cameo or your Cricut machine. It's easy peasy, you're going to love it. By the way, if you have a Cricut and you haven't tried Silhouette software for your Cricut yet, check my links below. Get the free version first, then go on back and update to the business edition that'll cost you about $62, one-time fee. You don't have to pay for it monthly like you do with Word or Adobe or several of those other sites. You have to pay a monthly fee. For this one time, pay it. It's yours forever and ever. Okay, and again, the link is down below. But let's get started here. Now I'm going to show you where you can get some really terrific images at the end of this. So make sure you stay tuned until the end so I can give you the link, okay? But the first thing I'm going to show you is where I got the background here. Now to get the background, all I did was, let's see, where is it? A Google search. So hang on just a sec. Okay, and I'm just going to come in here where it says search, and I'm going to type in watercolor backgrounds. Okay, and then I'm just going to click here, images for watercolor backgrounds, and look at all these things that you can get. Now the one that I happened to go to was this one right here that's from freepik.com. It's another free site. A lot of the stuff's free, but not all of it. But this is the one I think that I got. But then when I was looking at that, I thought, you know what, I bet there's some others I like just as well there. So I clicked on that to get something new, and this is a new one, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. I might as well not download the same one I have already, and I'll just show you how to use this one. So you just click download, and attribution required. That means if I'm going to use this in something, I have to tell you where I got it. So I'm telling you verbally now I got it from Freepik, and I'll put it in the link below for you as well. So I'm going to be it's a free download, and I'm going to copy the attribute link. And since I'm in Windows 10 and I'm in Google Chrome, it comes down here as a zip file. I'm going to double click on it to open it. Here's the zip file. I have to extract it. As you know, any zip files must be extracted first. So I double click on extract. Whoops, I click on extract and I let it go to whatever it decides. In Google, it automatically defaults to my download folder, which I like because I never have to hunt for stuff. So I'm just going to say extract. And here it is, all extracted. So I'll be using the JPEG file in just a minute. So let's go back up here now. And I'll do this one first. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get, let's see, let's ungroup this. I can just, oops, take this one off and move her over. Okay. So we're just going to work on this one right here for right now. So what I would do is I always like to just come up here to the little shape area, get the rectangle and draw a rectangle any size. Then I'm going to come up here and make it the exact size I need it to be. Since this is going to be a print then cut, usually I make my cards 8.5 inches wide. I'm just going to make this 8.25 inches wide, so that it's going to fit within the print parameters, and I'll show you what I mean. If I come up here to the page setup and go to the first button here and then come all the way down to the bottom, I can show you the print border and the cut border. And I just want to make sure that my image is going to be within the print border. So it is within the print border. Let's see. You see that? There's the line and there's the line. So that's perfect. And I did it at 8.25 inches wide. Okay. The next thing I want to do, because I always make my cards the A2 size, I'm going to make the height of this 5.5 inches and hit enter. Okay, that's perfect. I'll just move it down like this a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it this color, right? It's going to be a print then cut. The whole card's going to be print then cut. So I'm going to go to File and Merge, and I'm going to merge that colorful water rainbow background. So there should be a folder. There it is. Can't use the one with a zipper. Have to use the one with the same name that has no zipper. There we go. And I'll use the JPEG. And there it comes in just like that. Comes in really big. So what I'll probably do is click on it, lock the lock, and change this to maybe like 9 inches wide. So then it's pretty much going to fit on this. So the next thing I'll do so it fits on here perfectly, if it was an odd shape, I could just put it over top of this, grab both things, and come over here to the Modify panel that looks like a rectangle and a circle. Click on that, and then say Crop. And then it makes it the exact size that I need. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ungroup this one. And I'm going to see if I can ungroup this again. I can, so I can show you how I put the shadow on her. And ungroup one more time, maybe. Guess I can. Let's see, can I do anything else? I think that's all I can do for right now. So I'm going to right click on her and bring her to the front. And just put her over here. Now, I wanted to check and see where is my line going to be, my fold line. So I'm just going to draw a line right here. Hold down my Shift key. You see I came over here to the line tools and got the straight line. Hold down my Shift key and draw a line. Then I'm going to select both the box and the line and come up here to the bullseye looking thing and say center. It's going to be right where I need it to be. So I'll know that I only want to work on this side for her. Now, let's imagine I don't like the colors that this background. It's easy to change that if you'd like to. Just click on it to highlight it. Then you can come over here to this little image effects panel. It's a circle, sort of looks like a half moon to me. Click on that, and then click on the second button in, the colorize button. You see the word hue right here. Watch what happens when I move this slider. It changes the way that's going to look. So I can change it however I'd like. So maybe I like it better like, I don't know, maybe like that. Okay, she'll really stand out pretty well on that. Okay, so the next thing that I did do on her is I put a small offset around her. You notice there is not one right now. So I went ahead and came over here to the offset tool, said offset. That one was way too big. Matter of fact, I want to get rid of this. Delete. Let's see. Okay, so now I have her and I've removed the shadow that I had on her originally. So what I'm going to do now is the first thing I did do on her was I added an offset to her, just a tiny one. So I came over here to the offset panel, which is the star with an offset, and then clicked on the word offset. And I made it a lot smaller. I think I made it 0.05. I'll do 0.4 maybe. Okay. Then I changed its color to white. And then I grab both of those things and just group them. Okay. And I could turn off the line color so that doesn't bother what we're seeing. Let's put her up there. Now you can see that she still looks pretty flat there, right, along that card. Here's where the fun part comes in, where you can go ahead and make her look really three-dimensional. So what you do is you come over here again to this image effects panel, and you're going to go to the very last one that says shadow. And then you're going to click on her to select her. Right now with this button selected, it says no shadow. If I click on this one, it's going to put a shadow around her automatically. Look how quickly she just looks like she went from flat to three-dimensional. Isn't that cool? And of course you could up this if you wanted to make it look even more like she has more of a shadow. You know, whatever you like. And then you can, if you would like to, when the shadow is selected, you can pan the shadow. So you get this little round button right here, and you can move the shadow, you know, however you think you might like it to be. And I think I like it like right about like that. It looks pretty good. All right. And you can change the shadow's color as well if you'd like to make it a darker shadow. Well, let's see, if I click here, I can get lots of colors. Oh, and the transparency's up. That's why it's not showing up that well. Let's move this transparency down. And oh, my shadow's not selected. That's the problem. So I'm going to click in here again. And I can make my transparency go down. And now you can see that if I really wanted to, I could put a shadow of a different color on her. But I really like it kind of darkish gray. So I think I'll move my transparency up a little bit. Okay, pretty much like that. Looks pretty good. I might want to pan it just a little bit more though, because I'm not sure if I really like where I put it. There we go. All right, the other thing I might want to do, and I did on mine, was I actually grabbed her. Now, I'm going to have to release the shadow because I just want her. And I'm going to come up here again to the second button over, and I can change the colors on her if I want to. Okay, she looks like an alien with green face. So I'm going to leave it like it is, but I would like it to look more saturated than that. So another thing I can do is come here to the third button. And if I come here to where it says saturation, I can make it less saturated or more saturated. And I can change the contrast if I like, and the brightness. So you need to just learn to play with some of these buttons and see what you can get. Like, I really like her when she's a little bit darker like that because I think she really pops. All right, the next thing that I did was I put this text on here and I rounded it over top of her head. And the way I did that was I just got this, came over to the drawing tools and got a circle. And then I just drew out kind of like an oval. And then I came over here to this paint palette because I want to be able to see through that circle so I can see what's going on. So I'm going to make it transparent. So I can try to make this kind of go more around her head. And maybe just like that would be great. So now what I'm going to do is come over to the text tool and type in U-R mer, like amazing, but mermazing. You are mermazing. Okay, that went on 2 lines, which you don't really want. And I could mess with that right now if I wanted to, but I don't really have to. If I want to come up here and put it on this circle, I can just do like that, but looks like I better change its size first. So let's click off of this and then click, well, let's do this first. Let's go ahead and click on, so we have the text editing. If I move this bar out, it'll put everything in line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squish it down to where I think I might like it. And then of course I can come over here and change it to any text I like. Whoops, I don't want that though. Okay, I'll just leave it as, I don't know what some of these are, I don't recall. Okay, well anyway, I'm going to go back to one of these. I think it was that one. And I'll just leave it like this. I think I'll change its color to black maybe. Medium black. And then all I have to do is double click on this again to get the text editing back up. And you see this 4-headed arrow? I'm just going to grab that and come up around this. Now any piece I move on to, you see that? My text is just going around it, everything. But what I wanted to go around is this circle right here. So you are mermazing. All right, let's see. What do we think about that? I'm going to make this circle really, really transparent so that we can see how that looks. And you know what? I pretty much like that, except for that the apostrophe gets in there. So I think what I'll do is move it out a little bit like this. And or I could move her down a little bit. Of course, I need to move her shadow too, because remember I made it so that wasn't connected. I don't think I like where that is now at all. So let me grab this and bring it back down. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to make that smaller. You are amazing. And bring this over. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. If I'm happy with the way it looks, what I can do now is just click on the text, right click and say convert to path. Then I'll be able to move this circle away that I had here and delete it. And the text will stay exactly how I wanted it to be. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much all we have to do. This line right here, the fold line I put in the center, I'm probably not going to worry about that if I can grab it. There we go. I'm just going to delete it because I know how to fold this paper in half perfectly myself without needing that fold line. And I want to move this down so her hands aren't going outside. Okay, that looks really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and group it all. And then I'm going to go like this, highlight it all, and go File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive, Mermaid 2. This is the second one I've done. I'll put 4 Cricut. And I'm going to change it. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. I always like to save it as a JPEG. And I'll say OK. And it's going to leave all these numbers alone and say OK, OK or save. Remember, it's 8.25, and we know that because of what we started with. So I'd come over here now and open my Cricut Design Space, and I have these two already over here. Let's do another one, though. Upload, upload an image, browse. Mermaid 2 for Cricut. Where is she? Did I save it in here? Oh, no, I think I saved it in that folder. So it's probably in here. Mermaid 2 for Cricut. There it is. So now I would just say complex and continue. And I would get the select and erase tool and erase the outer edge of this, which I don't need. Continue. This is what I want. Save. Here it is. Insert it. And it should come in at the right size, but if it doesn't, which it did not, it came in as 8.604, I would probably just change it to 8.5. Okay, like that. And then let me hide this one here, and this one here, and then, whoops, I always like to do this. For those of you who are in my Facebook groups, we make charity cards for kids, it's called, and we like to put my logo on there because then our little group gets credit for it. And what we're trying to do is to get a lot of these. We're trying to get as many as some of the great big huge companies are getting. So anyway, let me group this or attach that like up, like that. And so now what I would do is I would just go to make it, and it's going to be printed and then cut out perfectly just like this, and you can write your sentiment in there by hand. So I think this is a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy using this software for your Cricut. It's so easy peasy. Look at that pretty shadow I put on there and how quickly I was able to do all these other things. So let's see. So all of this stuff is not even in here. It's these two things that are in here. And did it go together? Oops, I didn't mean to delete something. Let's make it one more time. Let's see if the logo did get put on. Yep, there it is right there. Okay, so when it gets folded in half, it'll look just like the one I'll show you down here at my tabletop in just a moment. But let's go back to Silhouette because I wanted to show you that other one really quickly too. That one I did the same way. Actually it's pretty much the same. I just didn't put, let's look. I just did not put an offset on her. So let me twirl this around for you so you can see. Like this. So once again, this was what the image looked like when it came in, and I'll show you how to get that ready to be used. Let's delete this one. So this is what, and I'll delete this. No, I need to ungroup. And I'll move this, and I'll move this up here. Delete this. So let me put a little bit of a black box behind here so you can see more clearly what this looks like. So I'll just change it to black. and I'll send it to the back. And now you can see what this looks like here. So again, what I did was same exact thing as for the other one, except for I saved this and I put this dream catcher on the back, on the outside, on the back of the card. And I also, of course, put my logo down here in case I'm sending this to Cards for Kids, which I am. So let me show you now how to get this image, and I'll tell you where to get it in just a jiffy. So, oops. Here's the way it comes in, just like this, right? It says it's a PNG, but it comes in with that white background, which is what we don't want. So this is what I did. I went ahead and traced it. And by the way, you can do this in Silhouette, in Cricut. You just won't be able to add the offsets or anything. If you want to add offsets and make the stuff look a little bit more professional, do it first in Silhouette and then take it over to Cricut. But if you do this and you want to save this in Cricut, I'll show you very quickly how to do that too. Anyway, I upped the threshold a bit and I said trace and detach. Trace and detach because it's a print then cut. So there she is, just looking perfect. Okay, there's that one. And then I'll do this one next. So again, I'll select the trace area and do this. And I can up the threshold if I want to a little bit to make sure I get, sure I get some nice lines. And I'll say trace and detach. And this would be a really cute one just to have for a card by itself. Oh, something happened there. I must not have had a very good trace. Let's go back and see. I must need to up my threshold a little bit more. Okay, let's do trace and detach now. Oh, I know it's wrong. It's because of what I had done earlier to this one. Let me copy this one. Let me right click and copy her and put her on another sheet, and I'll paste her here. And then let's go back to this one. And I'm just going to hit the back arrow to go back until, there we go, here. I think what it was when I traced it originally, I traced off part of that. So now I'm going to go ahead and select the trace area. Select it and trace this. And I can up my threshold some. And I really don't need to get this part over here, so I can move this and move this in. And I could actually twirl it around like that. So all I get are the parts I want. That looks pretty good, so I'm going to trace and detach, and this one ought to work perfectly. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to delete this one. And I can right click and paste that other one right back in here. So now we have both of these two things. And all that I did was make another card, and let me group all this together and twirl it. And again, what I did was I made the line down the center so I knew about where I had to work. And I just stuck her on the front and made this small by pushing in on this little square right here and put it on the back. And then put my text on by coming over here to the text tool, typing in "You are amazing." And again, I wanted to resize this. Now, if you wanted to, what you could do is print this, on a separate little box with a white around it, and then mount it on another box with a color that coordinates with this on it. If you don't want to have all this be print and cut. Matter of fact, what you could do if you wanted to is you could even just keep her, this girl right here, you could add an offset to her and just print her just like this. Let me show you. I would add an offset and I could have her be, 3D up away from the card. I could change the offset's color to white and change the line color here for nothing to white. And then look, check this out. If I was to make this, go to send, I would grab her and say cut edge. So what it's going to do, it's going to print this if I send it to my printer first, and then it's just going to cut around the edge of this. So then I could use foam dots to stick her up and have her highlighted up. Now check out the text right here. That's not what we would want unless we were going to use the pen tool. That's not what this videos about. It would be too long. So I'll go back to design. And what I could do is draw a box and maybe make it white. Send it to the back. Put it behind here. And then just group these two things together. And now when I go to send it, I can grab onto this and say, cut the edge of that as well. So it's going to print her, print the text, and then it's just going to cut around the box and cut around her. So I hope that makes sense. Seems like there was something else I was going to show you in Design Space, but I've forgotten now. Well, let me just show you what she would look like if we took her into Design Space like this. What I would do before I took this into Design Space, you remember that line color we made white? I would change the line color, and this is where you do it right here. I would change it to a medium gray. Okay, there should be a medium gray line color around her now. Let's see if I can see it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to ungroup. No. I'm not sure why my line color is not showing up. So let's see. Let me go back out. Let me make sure that she's traced nicely, because I see. Let's just do a trace again, just so I can make sure I'm telling you correctly for Cricut. So we're going to trace her like that. I'll up the threshold a little bit. I'll say trace and detach. Move her out of the way and get rid of all this junk. Delete. Bring her back over, and now I'm going to add an offset to her. And this is when you're going to make the offset. Remember, I changed it to it was a red, and then I changed it to white. I'm going to make it a medium gray, something like that. And I'll do the same thing for this box, a medium gray. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both of these things and go to File, Save Selection, Save to Hard Drive. I'm telling you, you guys are going to love this. Mermaid with offset. I'll just say that. And I'm going to save it as a JPEG. Y'all need to get this for your Cricut. You will love it. JPEG. I have so many classes. I have 5 free ones just to get you started out over on my website. And then tons and tons of them here in YouTube, and then I even have a Patreon class. It's an hour class. It's once a month for $5. And I'm going to save it there, okay, and save that, okay. Come back over to Cricut Design Space. Let's cancel this, yes, and cancel. So I'll bring in one more thing so we can see how she can come in now. I'll go to Upload, Upload an image, browse. I'm going really fast today. I hope that you will just be willing to re-watch this if you miss any parts. So here she is, complex, continue. Here's the thing. We don't see her white offset. So I'm going to try the select and erase tool. Sometimes we need to go to advanced options and change this number. But we're going to leave it as 16 now to see if we lose our offset. If we lose the offset, we'll know we have to change it. So it looks pretty good. Look, she's still got the offset. We'll go, oh, I didn't mean to make it. Hey, go back, cancel. Oh gosh, upload an image, browse, mermaid with offset, complex, continue. Again, select and erase this stuff around here, continue, and then we're going to save her. Now we can bring her in like this. And now, actually, since I made my background here gray, my canvas color, you can see that she still has that really nice offset around her. So we could put her over on something or cut her out just like this. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Oh yeah, I said I was going to tell you the name of that website. The website that I used is this. I'm going to type it in here for you. pngtree.com. pngtree.com. Twice a day you can get free PNGs. after you've used your 2 free ones, you'll have to wait till the next day to get more free ones, or you can join a membership there if you'd like. I'm not affiliated with them. I just love that site because it has lots and lots of cool stuff. So again, hope you like my videos. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And hey, one more thing. I said I was going to show you the card again. Hold on. Okay, here's the first card that I made, quite flat, other than I put pop dots here, and I raised that up, and I think it's super cute. Your own sentiment can go in here. And I actually put the dream catcher on the back. Here's the second card that I made, and this is the one that has a lot more 3D look to it. You are mermazing. And then this is the one that the tail went clear to the back like that. And I think it's really cute. And again, a sentiment inside. And if you're wondering, this is what it would look like if you're going to print it with your Cricut and cut it. Remember, your Cricut's going to put these lines all the way around it that it will read the registration marks for, and then it's going to simply cut out your card just like this, and you can just fold it in half perfectly. So I hope you liked my videos. If you did, I hope you'll give them a thumbs up and subscribe, and tell your friends. Tell them about Silhouette software. Ask them if they've tried it yet. Use my links down below, please, to keep me involved in making more and more of these tutorials. I love hearing from you guys in the Facebook group and in the comments below. Thank you so much. See you again soon. Bye.